I know this might sound a little surreal, but it looks like Rimuru Tempest and his followers are about to battle against a Sharknado. Are you ready for a slimy good time? It's time to take a look at another episode of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. And the next major arc of the series is officially about to kick off, and it looks like Rimuru and his friends are going to be battling against an ancient flying shark demon, which goes by the name of Charybdis. It's such a powerful monster that even the demon lords are shaken in their pantaloons. This was a really great episode, which is a build-up to another massive conflict, which hopefully will live up to the hype. The whole orc disaster situation, I honestly really enjoyed it, but a lot of my followers and commenters were telling me that it was kind of a disappointment how they were building this up, and it all ended in just a single fight with Rimuru and the main bad guy. And I have a feeling we're going to see more of that in this arc right here, but they're doing a great job of building up this big ancient demon, which is known as Charybdis, which is basically this ruler of the skies, which essentially looks like a weird, giant, freaky version of a manta ray, and it has the ability to summon the sharks from another dimension, which it can utilize in battle. And these giant sharks are referred to as megalodons, so you just gotta accept the absolute absurdness and craziness of this episode, which was overall quite simple in what actually it was trying to do. The main story being that those two clowns who are working for Clayman have actually confronted Phobio, and they decided that they're going to use him in order to awaken the true power of Charybdis. And they basically goad him into saying that if he does this, he'll have the power to take down Milim Nava. And this is perfect, because he totally wants to one-up her and get complete revenge on her, and even if it means allowing himself to be consumed by some sort of weird giant fish demon, well, it's something that he's going to have to do. And the fact that he was convinced by two extremely goofy looking characters shows that, yeah, he is kind of a muscle-bound fool. Then again, he is one of the Beastketeers after all. Of course, he ends up getting tricked by these guys, but we don't really get to see how he eventually fuses with this creature. Basically, the rest of the episode is just building up the overall power of Charybdis, which, something that's actually interesting about Charybdis is that he's actually related to Rimuru in a sense, as he was actually formed from the dark cloud magicules of Veldora, the storm dragon. So, in a way, this is sort of like the brood of that dragon, and I still love that they continue to bring up Veldora as, man, I'm just waiting for his reappearance in the series. The episode also does take its time to do a little bit of world building and, of course, to give us some more of that fan service of watching the girls in the hot springs. But I do love that Rimuru has actually gained a pretty strong relationship with Fuse, who at first was kind of apprehensive about trusting this slime, but after having a couple drinks of sake and hanging out in the hot springs, he's totally down to actually work with this guy, and they even negotiate creating sort of like this big road and bridge between their very two kingdoms, so that, of course, they can profit off of one another. Basically, another strong bond has just been formed between Rimuru and another random-ass character. We're also introduced to another brand new character, a Dryad, who is the younger sister of Trainee. Her name is Trya, and she's there to warn Rimuru about the danger of Charybdis and the fact that he's getting ready to summon a bunch of sharks to fuck all sort of shit up. What's funny is that Milim sort of like just volunteers herself to take this creature out, but Shion, being the one she is, speaks up for Rimuru and says that, nah, our slime guy's got this, no problem. This, of course, pisses him off, but there's really nothing he can do in this situation. But the way that they're actually, like, building up the power of Charybdis, I really hope it's going to live up to the hype. It is also kind of cool that Rimuru basically sort of spills the guts about his origins in this episode, which I don't believe he's actually done before, where he reveals that at one point he was a human. He's taken on sort of like the mission of Shizu in order to take down the demon lord Leon Cromwell, who, according to a lot of the people in this episode, is a big fucking deal. The fact that they barely ever talk about him leads me to believe that he's going to be one of the big major antagonists of the series, and I can't wait to learn a little bit more about his infamy and his connection to the other demon lords as the series, as the entire like interaction between all of these characters is honestly, to me, kind of confusing in the way that it actually works. I'm not sure why Clayman is actually trying to do this and get at Milim Nava. You would think that a lot of these demon lords would actually want to work together and to create some form of an alliance. I don't know. I think there's something much larger at play here, and I can't wait to see how it's all going to go down, as this is probably going to be the beginnings of the final major arc of this this season, and frankly, I'm pumped to see it go down. We got Sharknadoes, we got clowns, we got it all. So what's the rundown on this episode of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime? While the story itself is still kind of taking its time in introducing the next major arc of the series, I think this episode was a little more successful in what it was actually trying to do. Not only introducing lots of brand new characters, but even focusing on a couple of the villain characters of the series, such as these weird clown characters who are a part of some weird, they call it like the moderate Harley Quinn alliance, which is really damn strange. You remember a time when clowns used to be funny? Now they're always just creepy as fuck. Actually, scratch that. Clowns have always been pretty fucking horrifying, and they are in this episode too, and they do a great job of manipulating Phobio, who I wonder if he is actually completely lost at this point, if he's going to be able to somehow be saved from the body of this giant monster, the Charybdis. The actual image of watching it fly out at the end of the episode with this giant glaring eyeball surrounded by all of these sharks, which seem to have like giant spikes jutting out from their face, is just surreal and awesome. I absolutely love it. I can't wait to see how they're going to fight back against these guys. It is implied by Triya that they're going to have to amass some sort of force which is going to be able to fight in the sky, so that's also going to give us something visually cool that we haven't seen from the series. The fact of the matter is, Reamer and his friends are about to battle against a giant group of flying sharks, and if that doesn't excite you, I'm sorry, we just can't be friends. This was a great build up to the next big part of the series, and I'm going to give this episode a 4 out of 5. A little slow in some parts, but honestly, just spending time with these characters is really the best thing about That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. You heard my thoughts on the episode. I want to hear yours. Tell me what you thought about it in the comments section below, and what you hope to see from the rest of the series. Did you have any favorite moments from this show? What do you hope to see in the battle against Charybdis and his giant flying megalodon? Let's get a discussion going, guys. I'll see you all next time, and as always, stay down there, baby.